Okay, we're synced. We're like NSYNC.
Oh.
Minus attractiveness.
Oh.
And I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh.
Stop. That's not healthy. Stop.
Welcome. Is that too intimate? Welcome to TRC Podcast.
Are we doing ASMR edition?
I'm gonna move the pop filter. Welcome to TRC Podcast.
No, stop. It's too much.
Welcome to TSC Podcast, a video game podcast where we try to bring the past and present together through coverage of bi-weekly news and retros on older games. I'm one of your hosts, Tristan Jung.
I'm your other host, Albert Corsten.
And welcome to episode 3.5. Yeah, so since we're actually recording this on April 7th, and we obviously don't want to go over the news right now, since I'll be outdated, we're just going to cut this one short and only do the retro part. So are you ready to guess the game?
Man, I was born... I've knocked your past two out of the park. Well, the first one almost, but pretty much out of the park.
All right.
So, you're going to choose something weird, aren't you, man?
Nah.
Oh, God.
I kept it familiar.
Familiar.
I think I enjoyed this one.
And retro. Okay.
Are you ready?
Man, I was born ready.
Let's start with the release date.
Oh, no. Okay.
Because, that totally helps out.
Yeah.
November 8th, 2005.
Oh, man. Okay, that doesn't help at all. That literally
doesn't help at all.
That doesn't help at all.
You know, I chose that date so I can do my bit this time without you fucking it over.
Hey, Portal,
Mm-hmm.
Watch it if you haven't seen it, but I'm just gonna say, I knocked it out of the park before I was even playing the game.
Before we even started recording the main podcast.
Exactly.
All right,
Anyway.
You ready? You ready for this bit?
I'm ready.
I gotta get up and get something to do this bit, so excuse any noises. All right. I gotta put my monitors back into my ear.
It literally sounded like you were just jiggling something on purpose. I legitimately thought you were just like...
All right, ready for this? This is your next hint.
God. Oh my god, this one's stumping me. Oh my god. I know it's Smash Mouth, but what does that relate to a game? It's not Shrek the game, right? Please tell me it's not Shrek the game. Oh man, this is stumping me.
Right.
You got a better
Here's hint 3.
Cigarettes, well versed in etiquette, extraordinarily nice. She's a killer queen, gunpowder gelatine.
Okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
Is it Guitar Hero?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
Okay.
Do you like my rendition of Smash Mouth?
I was too focused on the specific meme song rather than it's a rock song.
Oh, it's a Guitar Hero.
Oh, but you need an electric guitar, man.
That was an electric guitar.
Oh, well, you need to plug it into an amp next time. Okay, at least it wasn't Shrek the video game.
Correct. It is not Shrek the video game. It is indeed Guitar Hero. Released on PlayStation 2 on November 8th, 2005. Developed by Harmonix and published by Red Octane. What is your experience with this game, Albert?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I've never played the original Guitar Hero.
Oh my god.
But I've played like 2, 3, 4, and 5. So
you're telling me I spent like 10 hours researching this game,
yeah,
and you've never even played this?
no.
Motherfucker. It's
do
all
we-
good. I mean, Guitar is basically the same game over and over again.
Oh,
Let me start with some history. That's
Okay.
probably a good starting point. I mean,
Uh-huh.
as most of you know, that Guitar Hero is a music game where notes come down from the top of the screen.
It's a rhythm game.
Oh my god. I'm gonna throw my microphone outside the window.
You're gonna hit a poor
Poor man.
defenseless person.
It was actually based off of an arcade game in Japan called Guitar Freaks, which is a video game series by Bimani, but it only had 3 buttons. And Working Designs, which is a company, they want to bring it over on PS2 in the US, but there were some patent issues with the controller, because I guess they were trying to like copy the looks of an actual guitar brand, and that just kind of got canceled. And then Guitar Freaks kind of gave up on that. They actually released 19 versions of the arcade game, and then they stopped making games altogether.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
The actual Guitar Hero franchise.
Oh, shit.
Actually, no, they came back. There's like the Guitar Hero
Live,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. We can get back to that in a little bit. Do you know Red Octane?
I know of them. I know they made the games. I don't think they've made anything else, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if you played DDR, but when you were younger.
I refer all DDR questions to you.
So I used to play a fuck ton of DDR. I'm pretty sure I lost like half my savings through that game. But I also want to play at home, and Red Octane was one of the companies that actually made metal pads.
Oh, the pro ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
They also made some shitty poofy ones, but they also made the metal ones.
You mean like the floor mat ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are bad.
So they're based out of Mountain View in California, and they wanted to make a game. They had an idea for an accessory. They had the guitar ready, but they weren't coded, so they couldn't develop the game. So they reached out for help with Harmonix. Do you know Harmonix?
I know. I mean, they are both the Guitar Hero creators, and I don't know the entire backstory. I don't know if they jumped ship per se, but they went to go make Rock Band.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because they had creative disputes with Activision or Wizard Publishing, but
So the two companies went through some weird stepfather issues. Harmonix was in partner with Sony Computer Entertainment, and they already made 2 games before Guitar Hero.
Mhm.
And they partnered up with Red Octane to make Guitar Hero. And then after Guitar Hero 2, Red Octane got bought up by Activision, and then Harmonix got bought up by Viacom.
Viacom. Oh, okay.
And then basically they couldn't work together, and starting from Guitar Hero 3, Red Octane, and there was another company. Let me see. Neversoft.
Ah, yes, Neversoft, because they were, yes.
So yeah, that's kind of the background, I guess. We can go into more details later. How good were you at Rock Band, Guitar Hero?
So, I love Guitar Hero as a franchise. I've played it a lot. I've beaten all the songs on Expert. Up until I had
100%?
Tour. No, not FCs, but I mean, I think I like maybe 4 or 5 starred through the Fire and the Flames, and then I've beaten everything else with 5 stars, at least on Guitar Hero 3. Guitar Hero 2, I've beaten all of them. I don't remember. That was a while ago. I don't remember all the scores on that one. World Tour, yeah, same thing. Anyways, I'm pretty good at it. I'm not like magic. I can tell a really cheesy story about it if you want me to tell a cheesy story.
Drop it.
So in middle school, I had a Guitar Hero competition in the class, and the winner got to play against our principal. And let's just say that I won, and I got to play the principal, and he had no idea what he was doing, and I thoroughly destroyed him.
Oh, it would have been sick if your principal just started shredding
Dude,
notes.
I would have had bad respect for that man. But
no. He sucked.
He was destroyed. He was like, how, what? Play out easy? Okay. And then he still, like, messed up.
Wait, was he Japanese? What was that?
No. That was my old disgruntled man, what is technology voice.
I see.
What is technology? Yeah, so that was pretty good. I play a lot of, what is it called? There is a kind of a fan conversion sort of mod called Phase Shift for the PC. Mm-hmm. And you can play, you can download all the tracks and stuff, and play all the track lists with your keyboard. Or if you have, I think it supports, if you can plug in, if you have a Bluetooth controller, you can play with that too, I think. But I just use a keyboard.
I didn't know this, but you can do hammer-ons and pull-offs? Like, wait, you don't actually play guitar? Did you know what that meant?
Like, what do you mean?
Hammer-on is when, like, you press a button without strumming, and it counts as, like, a note.
Oh, you mean in Guitar Hero?
In what?
In Guitar Hero in real life.
In Guitar Hero, well, yeah, hammer-on is a real thing.
Yeah. I know they're all real-life things.
I didn't know that.
You can do them in Guitar... You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, well, to be fair, they do not appear until, I want to say hard mode, until you play it on hard.
I see.
So I don't know.
Does that exist in Rock Band?
Hammer-ons?
Yeah. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Have you been strumming every note, man?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. One last thing about development. Guess how much it cost to make this game?
Oh, man. See, here's what I think. The licensing for the songs must have cost a lot. So I'm going to probably... I don't know how much a normal video game costs to make. Especially, I'm going to go back to 2005. I'm going to put a ballpark and say $50 million. That's probably way under.
Yeah, it's way off. You're way over.
Oh, I'm over.
It only cost $1 million.
What?
Yeah. Here's why. First of all, they were actually going to make it on Xbox as well, and they contracted Mad Catz to make the Xbox controller. God. And they were really, really iffy about potentially getting sued over the controller.
Oh, because it was a Gibson guitar, right?
Yeah. So Mad Catz paid $300,000 to get out of not making the game. That's probably why they went bankrupt recently.
Yeah. The heads up for news. Here's a little news tidbit.
Well, it's gotta be a month old.
That's true, but you know, some people, Tristan, they don't follow the video game controller industry. So Mad Catz went bankrupt, by the way. So,
as for the songs, licensing did not cost that much because they actually re-recorded all the songs themselves.
Really?
Yep. All the songs you hear are covers.
Oh. Huh.
Plus, they also had a contest called Be a Guitar Hero, where indie bands can submit their own songs to be included in the game.
Uh-huh. Did any of them make it in?
Yeah. Yeah, there were 2 songs, I think. Cheat on the Church by Graveyard Barbecue and Black Label Society's Fire It Up. Yeah, so the gameplay was fairly unique for its time because instead of just being hitting notes like DDR, they had the rock meter, right?
Yep.
And they also had the whammy bar, which kind of varied. I didn't really understand how that worked. Did, like, activating the rock meter, like, was that an important thing?
So the rock meter was just kind of the rock meter essentially was your life points, I guess you could put it.
Yep.
And if you miss notes, your rock meter goes down. And if you're essentially you miss a lot of points for getting things wrong, and you I don't remember exactly how the mechanic was in the original, but essentially if the higher streak you get, the faster it went back up. So that's like you just couldn't miss like one note and then hit one note.
Yep.
It would like be an overall negative in terms of the rock meter you lost.
Yep.
But the whammy bar was, star power, right? That was like the cool thing.
Oh, sorry, yeah, star power.
Star power. So if the viewers don't know, it's essentially where it's like this boost that you can build up, and if you activate it, you get twice the amount of points. And it can also be used when you activate it. It essentially every note you hit gives you a lot of rock meter. So if you're about to die, you can use it to save yourself. And if you're super awesome and you just want to maximize your score, you can use it that way. But the whammy bar was used so there's hold notes, right? If you whammy during a star power note,
yep,
then it'll. So normally when you hit all the notes in a sequence, you get like 20%, right? But if you whammy bar during a hold note, it'll slowly increase it as well.
Oh,
so you can get like extra juice off of it if you use it during a hold note.
Extra juice.
I don't know. I don't know what the physical matter in which star power is kept in. Okay, it's juice now. You just drink it.
Oh God.
You want to know a horrible thing?
What's horrible?
There was a time in Guitar Hero 3, I had it for the Wii, where you can activate it two ways. You can use a button, which is like a more reliable, or you can like tilt your guitar upward and use like the Wiimote.
Yep.
It's like the gyroscope to activate it. And like half the time you do that, it wouldn't register. So you had to like awkwardly like lift your arms up and down, like try to get it to work. People would be looking at you, they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to get my stuff power to work.
Trying to get my juice to come out.
Yeah, you gotta wiggle it up and down to get the juice to come out.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Did you know that... Wait, do you want to finish off first?
No, I was gonna say it was a cool mechanic. I like how it had the two purposes, right? Kind of, I don't want to use the term, but I guess it's accurate. For novices, it was to save yourself. And for experienced players, it was to maximize score. So it was a pretty cool two-way mechanic.
The controller actually had pressure-sensitive buttons at the beginning. And then they realized that made the game a little too hard.
Can you find pressure-sensitive as in, like, you'd have to press it harder?
Yeah,
for, like, notes?
So imagine, like, 3 levels of button pressing.
Oh, man, okay.
Yeah, that would have been pretty insane. They also had a freestyle mode, so you can just play your solos. They actually spent, like, a couple months developing this out, then they ripped it all out. Which makes sense, because it's not really even a real guitar. Exactly.
It's really limited. I mean, you don't have multiple levels of, like, frets and everything, so...
Did you know they didn't know, like, towards what genre they want to do?
You mean in terms of the music?
Yeah.
Or...
Like, at some point, they had pop music. It was mostly because their visuals, when they first started, was not close to the final product at all. Harmonix, who made Frequency and Amplitude before, they just kind of copied and pasted those graphics. And I don't know if you've seen those graphics, but they look very basic.
Amplitude?
Yeah.
Amplitude was one of those super early indie games on Steam, right?
I think they re-released it on Steam.
Oh, so that was the re-released one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were both PS2 games before.
Okay.
And then one of the designers was like, we gotta make it look a little better. So they went with the whole electric theme. And it it shows off really well in the game too, right?
Yeah.
Like while you're playing, there's a crowd.
Yeah, the stages were awesome. That's the one thing that kind of these new emulator things that have come out on PC that are kind of Guitar Hero clone things. They can't get those stage backgrounds very well.
Yeah. There were career modes in the future games as well, right?
Yes.
Like you started in the garage, and then you eventually build up to the stadiums, I guess?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it worked. At least the one I recall the fondest was Guitar Hero 3, and it was kind of like each set piece in the career mode kind of had its own background. So you started in a garage, and toward the end, you're playing in, like, I think it's called the Kaiju Megadome or something like that. And then the last stage is you're playing in hell or something. Honestly, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, it got a little distracting in terms of really bright stages, because the note outlines are white. They kind of blended in with the background. So if there's like really flashy lights and you're still trying to like look at the notes, they got a little distracting. So
a cool thing about this game was it was initially sold for $70. The package, the game and the guitar, which feels cheap now, right?
yeah, I'm sure back then. I mean, 2005 was still when games were $50, right? $49.99 for retail.
Wait, were games $50?
Yeah, games used to be $50. I'm pretty. I mean, for the longest time, I remember them being $50. It probably honestly might have even been $40, but
it's probably me having to live in Canada.
Yeah. So in America, they were $49.99 was a typical AAA game, and then it might have been the mid 2000s when it started to switch to $59.99. Definitely, I heard some of the complaints about this game was all the extra peripherals and all that stuff.
How much was a guitar by itself? Do you remember?
I don't know if you could buy them alone. I didn't think you could.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, why would you need two, right?
No, they did have multiplayer.
They did have multiplayer, but why? But I mean, I guess they was thinking more like if you wanted to have your friend who also owns the game, then he can get. I'm pretty sure you could buy them separately. I just don't remember them in stores where you could buy separately.
I see.
Yeah.
But I think the point I was trying to get to was that it's very cheap considering I'm pretty sure if Guitar Hero came out in 2015, they make the package like $100.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think even starting with Guitar Hero 4, they bumped up the price to I think it was like $120.
Oh my god.
For like starting at Guitar Hero 4. And then, I mean, we look nowadays at like Rock Band, right? That used to cost a lot of money because it came with the drums and the microphone. Yeah. And then even up to what is it called? Is it the latest Guitar Hero it's an actual guitar pretty much?
No, that's Rocksmith.
Oh, that's Rocksmith. Okay.
Which I have. But I already had a guitar before that, so I just used that instead. Do you know how much Guitar Hero got with respect to reviews?
The first?
Yeah. What's its score on Metacritic?
I mean, I would put it at mid-80s for a rhythm game.
Final answer?
Okay, well, I'll put it at high 80s, because I remember the second and the third got mid-80s. So, I mean, obviously, yeah. The sequels don't tend to do as well, especially with a rhythm game, unless they have, like, really good mechanics, but...
It's my favorite number, 91.
Ooh,
91
really?
out of 100.
It broke 90s. Wow. And that's on Metacritic, I assume, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It's pretty crazy. It sold 1.5 million copies by the end of 2007.
Oh, so they made that $1 million development back, I see.
Hopefully. And the entire franchise went on to be a $1 billion franchise.
Yeah, that was pretty much Activision's Call of Duty of rhythm games, essentially.
Yeah. They milked that shit out like crazy.
They milked it, but honestly, they milked it so much it died. And I hope that doesn't happen with real-life cows, but...
What?
But...
Does it just fucking explode?
They were releasing that every year, and then Rock Band came out, so it was kind of those two, and then, like, DJ Hero, like, I don't think they made a second one, but, man, yeah, they killed their own market.
I mean, it got kind of out of control. Like I mentioned before, Red Octane got sold to Activision, and Harmonix went off to Viacom. Harmonix made the Rock Band series, and then Activision kept making the Guitar Hero and DJ Hero. So they were kind of like competing against each other.
Yeah.
I know Rock Band did very well when it first came out, but even then, Harmonix was $300 million down in 2010.
Wow.
Yeah. So Viacom basically just sold them off.
Oh no.
So they're indie. Red Octane is a sadder ending. They actually shut down.
Oh really?
Yeah. They shut down in 2010.
Because they pretty much went down with when Guitar Hero went down, I assume, right?
Yeah. So rip them.
Rip indeed. I mean, I honestly think, and I think it's kind of fitting how the franchise is coming back now, because I think honestly it has the potential to still be a successful franchise. I mean, right? Like, it's a rhythm game, right? Like, it doesn't really get old per se. Maybe you need little mechanics and stuff like that, but it was just the market got so oversaturated with them coming out every year.
Yep.
And the fact that, like, no one really needed... I mean, they already had DLCs for the other games, and they didn't really add that many features to them. So people were a little hesitant on having to buy a full new game every year.
Yeah, that's true. Except Activision is doing the same thing with Call of Duty and still doing well for some reason.
That's true. But,
young kids just want to shoot people up.
Yeah, they can't yell at people and say that they did their moms or something in Guitar Hero because it's a single player game.
Speaking of the newer revitalization, they came out with Guitar Hero Live after taking a 5-year break, and it was made by Freestyle Games.
Freestyle Games, and do they have any? What's their track record?
Their track record is very bare. They're an English developer company. They made DJ Hero.
Oh God!
They also made Sing Party.
I've never heard of that ever. Was there ever a sequel to DJ Hero?
Yes. It was called DJ Hero 2.
Oh boy. And Sing Party.
No sequel to Sing Party. I don't think that one did too well.
Oh God.
They changed the guitar, so it's a 2x3 fretboard instead of 1x5.
Yep.
And
interesting.
I think it did okay. It got like 70s or 80s on Metacritic. People actually bought it. Most of it came from the fact that it was a new Guitar Hero game after 5 years.
Yeah, I think definitely coming back with this series. I mean, I don't know when. What was it? Rock Band 3, and then I don't know how spaced out the Rock Band. I mean, generally the Guitar Heroes were pumped out one after another. The Rock Band had a bit more delay in terms of the release. They weren't an every year thing, if I recall correctly. But I think it was finally time to kind of bring a game out, and I think as long as it wasn't horrible, it would have sold okay. In terms of people were mainly like kind of missing the series. I mean, there's always like the classic PC rhythm games like Stepmania and Osu, but in terms of console rhythm games, other than maybe Rocksmith, which might be a little too complicated and might drive people away.
That's just literally playing guitar.
Yeah, that's just literally playing it, which I mean is great for a lot of people, but some people kind of want the more casual experience. So I think that it was kind of time for another one to come out. And I have a feeling like even if this didn't sell well, in 4 to 5 years, someone, even if it's not Activision or anyone else, someone's going to make another one of these games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ubisoft didn't make one, because they have their Just Dance series, so they kind of have their sort of music console game, and if Activision ever didn't want to make kind of guitar games anymore, I'm sure Ubisoft would be willing to take one up and sponsor that or publish that.
So Freestyle Games, who made Guitar Hero Live, got sold off to Ubisoft. So
wait, was this
This was after Guitar Hero Live came out.
Okay, after release. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess Activision. How well did this game sell? It reviewed well. Do you know sales?
Sales wise, I'm looking at it. They don't seem to have numbers.
Okay.
But it got 84. No, just 80. It's spread across three consoles.
This gen, last gen. I don't want to call it. What do you call it when it's a generation where the Switch is new but the other two? Are we gonna count it as this gen? Because I mean, you got Scorpio coming out in PS4 Pro, which is pretty much like
0.5 gens ago.
Okay, 0.5 gens ago. We're on episode 3.5. We're on the rhythm of halves. A rhythm of halves. This episode.
My God.
Oh man, I'm too good for myself.
Oh God, I hate jumping back and forth, but I forgot to mention this. The only reason Activision kept making Guitar Hero games was because Red Octane owned the licenses to the game and the actual guitars. So Harmonix was not allowed to make Guitar Hero games, even if Harmonix wrote the code.
Dang, so... Which is kind of an interesting story because they were kind of booted out of their own game franchise, it seems like.
Yeah.
And if I recall, when Rock Band 2 came out, that was kind of the Guitar Hero killer. Everyone wanted Rock Band over Guitar Hero. So, it reminds me a little, and it's interesting how it's Activision again. Mm-hmm. It reminds me a little kind of going, different game franchise, but Call of Duty when they kicked off Infinity Ward. And they made Respawn. And they're kind of like, well, we're going to show you, Activision. But yeah.
Activision is just the mean daddy.
They're the mean daddy. This goes off topic. They're the mean daddy, but EA is the
meanest daddy.
Killing all of my favorite game franchises.
The aborting daddy.
Daddy. Not even. It's like a post-abort, man, and they let them live first and then they kill them.
Rest in peace, Mass Effect.
Rest in peace, Command and Conquer. Rest in peace,
SimCity.
Oh man.
You brought this up. Guitar Hero did spawn off a lot of kind of similar games.
You want to call them clone games? I don't know what I'm going to call them, yeah.
Yeah, clones on PC, clones on console? I don't know if they were... I guess Rock Band, question mark?
I mean, you could call Rock Band, yeah.
But have you heard of Guitar Praise?
I have never heard of that, ever.
Well, boy, do I have a game for you. It is a Guitar Hero clone that has Christianity songs.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
So, I mean, everyone was all over this. It was just taking the world by storm. It was like by the end of 2009, everyone a lot of different journalists considered Guitar Hero to be one of the most influential products of the first decade.
Yeah, I mean,
21st.
If you were to talk about the 2000s decade of gaming, you have to include like rhythm games.
Mm-hmm.
So was Guitar Praise free?
Oh. Free?
Or do you have to...
What industry do you live in, sir?
Out of the grace of God?
It was not free.
Oh, no.
It came out for Windows and Mac.
Okay, I've got a list of some songs up here right now.
For Guitar Praise?
From Guitar Praise.
Praise? Sorry, yes.
Guitar Praise, yeah. Got Father's Song, Everybody Praise the Lord, All About You... All the earth will sing your praises. When tomorrow comes, oh man, the older I get. Procrastinating, okay. I don't know about that one.
To hell with the devil.
Soldiers under command? What is this? This is
a propaganda game?
Dude, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I didn't know about this until I started researching.
I'm kind of scared now that I know that this exists. And it had an expansion pack, too.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what did have good audio quality? Guitar Hero 1.
Guitar Hero 1 had good audio quality. All of them had pretty great guitar.
They had a really good song selection too, like Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, I would say
Queen,
my
Ramones.
favorite Guitar Hero 3 had like amazing song selection. At least in my opinion. No, okay. Guitar Hero 2 also had really good song selection. Okay, all the Guitar Heroes have pretty good song selection.
How about guitar praise, sir?
I mean, gotta love that song, We Are All Soldiers or whatever it was. I don't remember. I'm scared of that game.
I mean, they went pretty all in to recreate the effects. An example of this is Black Sabbath's Iron Man. They try to figure out how to do the vocal effects.
Mm-hmm.
And they figured out that it was Ozzy Osbourne singing behind a metal fan.
Oh.
So, they didn't get just any fan. They looked up the exact same model of the fan that they used.
Oh my god.
So yeah. I mean, I didn't even know they were covers. So
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know they were covers either. Now that when you told me that, I was like, what?
That's all the notes I have.
I don't have anything else on this. I just love the Guitar Hero games, man.
I love rhythm games. I'm really bad at Guitar Hero, even though I can play the real guitar. What we had in the opening was not a accurate representation of my guitar skills.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. He's pro, guys. Don't worry.
I'm not pro, but I can play more than All Star by Smash Mouth.
I have a feeling you're gonna have to one of these days give us a Tristan Jung rendition of Smash. I can't say it. Smash Mouth.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be more Smash Mouth on this podcast.
Oh.
You just won't be expecting it.
No. Anyways, I think, final thoughts. Great series of rhythm games.
Mhm.
Definitely. I actually took 2 guitar classes because of Guitar Hero. Also because, side note, the jerks who would always be like, oh, you play Guitar Hero, but you can't play a real guitar.
Are they sick?
Yeah.
Are they sick?
Yeah, that's what they sound like, because they're big assholes. Yeah, fuck those guys. Okay, you like Guitar Hero? Go play Guitar Hero. You don't have to play a real guitar, because you know what? You might end up like Tristan and playing Smash Mouth all the time.
Somebody once told me. My thoughts. Great game. Game changer. I love rhythm games to start off with. Too bad I'm just really bad at it. Anyways, thanks for tuning in for episode 3.5 of TRC Podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, and all your favorite podcast directories. Feel free to give us a review, and don't hesitate on messaging us on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. You can find us at Podcast TRC on Twitter and Instagram, and TRC Podcast on Facebook. Let us know what you want, game you want to see us do next, and just come say hi. Okay, I'm gonna play Smash Mouth. You say our closing line.
Wait, what?
I'm really feeling it.
Are we really doing that? Okay. I'm really feeling it.